Hi friends, it's Heidi Lewis. Today I'm going to show you how I use an illustration as a sketch to create a stunning scrapbook layout. I'll be using the April main kit, color kit, and cardstock kit for this project. The first step in my process is to print an illustration on 12 by 12 cardstock. The illustration is going to serve as a template for cutting my pattern paper pieces. I like to use 65-pound weight cardstock because it's a little bit stiff, so it's stiff enough to serve as a pattern. And then I'm just using scissors to fussy cut the illustration. I picked this illustration of a bear carrying a paddleboard because the April kits have an adventure theme. I picked out a photo from last summer. My family went paddleboarding on Yellowstone Lake, and we paddled to a geyser called Fishing Cone Geyser that is only accessible by paddleboard. So I thought this bear carrying a paddleboard just went perfectly with the theme of my photo. Once I'm done cutting out the bear, I place him on a white cardstock background and I plan out where I'm going to place the bear and my photo. And then I use a pencil to lightly mark a shoreline because we're going to use mixed media to recreate the shoreline. I'm using 110-pound weight cardstock for the background because it can handle the mixed media pretty well without warping. I'm going to use the Teapot purple color to recreate the sandy beach. Technically, the beach in my photo has black sand, but I thought purple was close enough. I'm using a fan brush to pick up the powder and distribute it on the page. I also use the fan brush to spread the powder around and break up any big clumps. I'm following the shoreline that I drew with a pencil. Next, I'm going to come in with the Tweedledee denim color to create the effect of water. I'm going to activate both colors of the Lindy's Magical with my water bottle. The denim color turned out much deeper than I expected, so I'm going to use water and paper towels to remove any of the excess pigment. Once I finished the sand and the water, I thought it'd be nice to create an orange glow in the sky to represent the sun. I'm using a 1-inch punch from We Are Memory Keepers to create a circle that I then trace onto my background. Then I use Lindy's Magical in Cafe Terrace Tangerine and delicately apply it in a circle and activate it with water. While the mixed media background is drying, we're going to recreate the bear. I am using the bear that I cut out previously and tracing it onto a white cardstock background that I will then cut out. This white piece will serve as the base for building the rest of our bear. Once the bear with the paddleboard is cut out as a single piece, we're then going to cut out the individual components of the bear. So I'm cutting out his shorts, his hat, and the paddleboard. And then I'm going to trace each of these pieces onto different pattern papers. So I traced the shorts onto a blue floral from the 6x8 paper pack. You could just use a paper from the main kit if you wanted. And then I traced the paddleboard onto a plain piece of cardstock. You could use a pattern paper for the board if you're wanting to use the main kit only. I just thought using a plain paper helped keep the bear from getting too busy. And then I cut the hat from a blue paper from the 6x8 paper pack, and I didn't like the hat in blue, so I end up recutting it from a red paper off of camera. And so I end up with a bear that has a red hat and blue shorts, which is the opposite of my illustration, where the bear has a green hat and red shorts. I really wanted my bear to be brown, but we didn't have any brown paper in the April kit, so I decided that I'm just going to create my own by doing some ink blending. So I use a brush and I load up the brush with ink, and then I tap off the extra ink onto some scratch paper, and then I just apply the brush in a circular motion to distribute the ink onto the paper. You can see that the color is pretty light, so you actually have to build up the ink in layers until you get the shade that you want. Now, I try to apply the ink as smoothly as possible, but there are always going to be some variations in color. And I think that this actually makes the bear look more realistic. In real life, animals have variations in their fur color. So if you have some variation in your ink and it doesn't look perfectly smooth, it's just going to make your image look more realistically like a bear. Keep in mind that you don't have to ink blend the entire sheet of paper. You only need to blend the parts that aren't going to be covered by the pieces of pattern paper, so just the bear's head, arm, and his legs. I'm using Barely Art's liquid glue to adhere all my pattern pieces into place. I like to apply the glue pretty close to the edges of the paper in case I decide to add hand stitching later. It's pretty annoying to try to stitch your paper if the edges are lifting up. I'd like to point out there's always going to be little imperfections because you are hand drawing and hand cutting everything. So if my pattern paper doesn't match up with the base piece, I just cut off the extra with scissors. For the bear's ear, I ink blended a scratch piece of paper and then cut the ear out. The ear is just so tiny, I thought it'd be hard to cut the paper first and then ink blend the ear. I used a hole punch and an enamel dot to create the cheek and the eye for the bear. I trace and cut a piece of black cardstock to create the bear's nose. I stitched around the bear's boxers using 6 strands of DMC embroidery floss in color 3811. Surfboards often have cursive branding or lettering on them, so I thought it'd be fun to add a cursive stamp to the surfboard. I stamped Weekend Away in color Blackberry Bliss. Next, I stitched a red stripe down the center of the surfboard. I used DMC floss in color 351. Once the mixed media is dry, we can start to assemble our layout. I placed the photo at an angle so that the shoreline in the photo matches the shoreline that I created with the mixed media. I used a yellow puffy sticker to create the sun. On the left-hand side of the page, I create a stack of vertical titles. This provides nice contrast to the horizontal lines on the page created by the bear and the mixed media. I like to cut apart my puffy stickers, then I can move them around the page like ephemera before committing to their final placement. I didn't want to apply too many embellishments around the photo because I wanted it to look like it was part of the background that I created on the page. In the end, I just end up applying some circular puffy stickers that could represent either rocks or seashells, and then a little beach basket and a blue arrow. I used foam adhesive to adhere the bear down to the page. This makes him the standout feature on the page. I also used foam dots to attach the clouds into place. For everything else, I used liquid glue. I thought it got a little too busy if I used foam adhesive on everything. I had an awkward gap between my title and my cloud, so I ended up scattering a few white sequins across the sky just because it helps draw your eye across the page and it bridges the gap between the titles and the clouds. I added my journaling with a blue pen just because I didn't have black anywhere else on the page. I thought if I used black pen it would stand out a little bit too much. And then as a final little touch, I added a bow to the bear's boxers. Anytime you can add a bow to something, it just automatically makes it more whimsical. Here is my finished layout. I love how it turned out. The mixed media background really makes a statement, and it only took 5 minutes real time to create the mixed media background. Don't forget to use my coupon code Heidi Lewis in all caps. Thanks for taking the time to watch my video, and I hope you have a happy scrappy day. Thanks. Bye.